Hey, friends. Welcome to the very first episode of Imperfectly Fed and Fit podcast. So, this episode is going to be just about my story and how Imperfectly Fed and Fit kind of came about. So, this is kind of where you kind of come into my living room and we're just sitting on the couch, we're grabbing a cup of coffee, and we're going to chat it out. So, I kind of came from a place of where it's like I felt like I was doing everything right. And my body was like, no, no, ma'am, that's not working anymore. And so this episode is going to be really kind of personal because I've been there. I've done the whole every diet under the sun. I've done keto. I've done calorie deficits. I've killed myself in the gym. I am a professional dieter. So if you name the diet, I've probably done it. And so I kind of came to a head this last year, and I don't have all the answers. I don't have the perfect fix because there is no perfect fix. That is one thing that I have discovered, but I am here just to bring a dose of encouragement. I love helping women just to kind of be set free from the bondage of diet culture. And this is where, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling like just that your body isn't responding, you're frustrated, you're worn out, and you're tired of starting again on Monday, then this is the episode for you because this is my story. This is where I've come from and the journey that I'm currently on. So come on into the living room, take a seat, and let's chat this out. So I'm going to tell you that about a year ago, I hit a massive point in my life of where everything in my body was just off. It started with me kind of taking a GLP-1 because I knew that I needed like a quick fix. I knew that I was feeling so ashamed of how my body looked that I wanted something that was going to work and work fast. And so I started taking a GLP-1 and it worked. I lost a lot of weight. And the unfortunate side of that is that I was eating probably on a good day, maybe 700 calories. And on the average day, I was probably eating about 500 calories a day. So, what happens when your body's eating that few calories a day and then you get off of a GLP-1? Your body rebounds and gains that weight back. So that's unfortunately what ended up happening to me. And not only did I rebound weight gain like a couple pounds, I rebounded about 25 pounds. And to me, that was devastating because me taking the GLP-1, I had now gained back what I had lost plus some. And so now I'm feeling exhausted all the time. My energy has absolutely tanked. I would wake up in the morning after sleeping 9, 10 hours at times, and I would wake up feeling like I couldn't even get out of bed. I was exhausted. I felt like everything that I was doing wasn't working, and I was exhausted. I was tired of doing and putting so much time and energy into something that wasn't feeling right. And so I felt as though it's like I just needed more discipline, more like exercise routines. I needed more cardio. I needed to eat less. And honestly, I contemplated going back onto the GLP-1 likely for the rest of my life because I wanted the results of what that did for me. But I wasn't paying attention to what was going on inside of my body on why I wasn't able to lose weight in the first place. Why has this always been such a struggle to me? I would go to the doctor and the doctors would say, "You're fine. Just move more, eat less." And I was so tired of hearing that because I was like, girl, you don't know what I'm doing. You don't know how much effort I put into this. Was I perfect? Not by any means. That's why it's called Imperfectly Fed and Fit, because we don't push perfection here. We push real life, right? So I didn't need more discipline because I was disciplined. I didn't need more restriction because I was already restricting a ton. What I needed was a plan, and I needed something that would give me hope. And I recounted back, when was the time that I felt the best on a plan? And that's really where I kind of came back to the realization that it's like I felt the best when I was doing the faster way. And the faster way is a program that focuses on macronutrients, intermittent fasting, strength training workouts, strength training over cardio. So we do hit workouts, but most of them are strength training because the muscle that you build is going to help your metabolism. I had tanked my metabolism over the years because of all the strict dieting and the yo-yo dieting. I'd start and stop all the time. And what I did is I burnt out my metabolism because my body never knew what it could trust. So really, I ended up in December getting my blood work done. And we found out that because of everything that I had done to my body and the stress that I was under, that I ended up just absolutely crashing my body out. I had hypothyroidism. I had adrenal fatigue. I had just, you name it, like I had it. It was, my body stopped absorbing nutrients, and I, like, every single symptom that I had, from crazy periods, experiencing perimenopause symptoms that I didn't even know were symptoms. All of these things were correlated, but then recognizing too that my thyroid was not in great working order. So had I known that prior to going on the GLP-1, and I had gotten my blood work done prior to that, I probably wouldn't have crashed my body out in the way that I did, because I just didn't know what was going on. And instead I used the GLP-1 to put a band-aid over what the real problems were. Now, I'm not against GLP-1s. I think that they are helpful and I think they are useful for a lot of people, but I'm just saying, for me personally, I had an underlying issue that was causing me not to be able to lose weight and not be able to function optimally. And that's actually when the GLP-1 kind of came in and kind of wreaked havoc on my body. So that's just a part of my story of experiencing my body crashing out. And now today, it's like I'm on that upswing, but the upswing is really kind of transforming my brain and shifting my mindset away from weight focused and number on the scale focus, and more into, how do I feel? I'm listening to my body. I'm becoming more in tune with what my body is telling me, and I'm listening. That's the thing. Your body can be talking to you a lot, but are you listening? And so I'm listening to my body. I'm not focusing on the number on the scale, but I'm focusing on, am I strength training on a regular basis? Am I improving and gaining in my weights? Am I having energy throughout the day? How is my confidence? How am I showing up in my day-to-day life? I can tell you that today I'm here saying, is my weight where I want it to be? No, it's not. But I have more confidence. I am operating and walking in more of my potential and more of who I am today, because I've reduced my stress. I've let go of lies that have implanted and buried deep inside of me for my entire life. I'm working on ridding myself of those things. And those things are the things that have held me back through all the years. Today, I am focused on building weight in the gym, and not walking feeling as though like I'm a zombie. And those are the things that are important to me. It's really been a mind shift for me, and that's what I'm hoping that we can kind of do throughout this podcast, is really taking the lies that we believe about ourselves and what is the truth. So replacing the lies with truth is really where we find our victory. And I can promise you that even if the weight doesn't shed, which I hope it does, but even if it doesn't, the things that start to matter to you become more important than a number on a scale. Your confidence begins to rise because you're walking in more of your identity and more of who you're supposed to be instead of who you believe that the world is telling you to be. So there's a culture that's happening right now that is all about skinny, skinny, skinny. And I want to say, no, let's be the best version of ourselves and let's be strong. Let's be women that are confident, that encourage each other, don't tear each other down, and that we do it imperfectly, right? This isn't about, hitting your goals every single day. But I do want to say that at the end of the day, do you feel proud of the effort that you've put in today? That is what my hope is for you. My hope is that you get to start walking in more victory, more of who you're supposed to be and who you're designed to be. And we get to feel confident in our bodies again because we know that we're treating our bodies well. We're fueling ourselves with the right fuel. We're doing what we can, and we're letting go of all the rest. We're energizing ourselves. We're fueling ourselves. We are sleeping better. We're drinking our water. We're doing the things that we know that will take care of our bodies because that's what's important. It's not about restriction. It's not about punishment. So that's my hope for you, is that throughout this journey together that we're going to be able to find little nuggets and little pieces every single week that we can build on our habits and that we can get 1 inch closer towards optimizing ourselves, feeling fueled, and living in our biggest potential. So if this is something that you're interested in, I do have every week. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about finishing strong. So this is going to be your strong finish for the week. This week, I just want you to focus on getting in your water and starting each day with protein. So as soon as you break your fast, I want you to think, what is the protein in my meal? So I'm going to just throw it out there. If you're going to have oatmeal, throw in some protein powder. If you're going to be having eggs, in some chicken, throw in some ground turkey or ground pork, sausage, bacon. Like, what can you do to hit between 20 to 30 grams of protein at every single meal? Those things with strength training are going to maximize your effort, and you're going to feel fuller longer, and you're just going to start feeling better. So that is your strong finish for the week. And so if this is something that you're feeling really excited about and you're like, oh, this is what I want this for myself. I want to feel better. I want to be stronger. I want to have a plan. Don't worry. I have my next round coming out on May 18th. And so if you're watching this before then, don't worry. We'll put some links in the show notes. And honestly, you guys, just reach out to me. I love helping women walk in victory. That is my passion. That is something that I feel as though it's I am called to do. So make sure to reach out to me on social media, comment below, follow the links, and follow me on all the socials because I just want to help you get 1 step closer to victory. So we'll see you on Friday.